Hello and welcome to the show. I am back on Forza Horizon 4 today, building another rally car. The Hummer did technically win the vote last time, however, I don't have one. They are apparently a wheel spin only car, had no idea. I presume a wheel spin only car. Either way, I don't have a Hummer, so can't use that one. Instead, we're going to use the second most voted, and that is the 205. We're going to have the 205 T16 take on the course. I'm not using the Forza Edition one. I am going to use a normal 205 T, as normal as a 205 T16 ever really gets. This, let's face it, should be well suited. After it all, it is the most successful of the Group B rally cars, so theory goes it should be fairly good at, well, you know, rallying. We will stick the vehicle on its all-important rally tyres. We will give it as big a tyres as possible. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the engine. I think we're going to end up with another turbo rally engine, but that's the only swap available. However, we will try and see if the standard engine will get to the top of S1 class. I'm not holding out all that much hope. The vehicle's fairly light, but even so, you're going to need a fair amount of power to be getting it to the top of S1 class. S1 class is a pretty big, kind of wide open class, if you like. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I am also, for this, well, I would normally stick Forza Aero on cars, and that is the best way to do it. I can't pass up the Mighty Wing on this. There is not a hope in hell I can pass up that. Also, curiously, despite the fact that it doesn't quite give us as much, actually, it gives us technically better braking and similar. Either way, this drops the PI massively because of the drag reducing at top speed. Doesn't matter for what we're doing. Well, not really affects it. That's actually not an unsensible way of doing things. We will also, of course, have to have the... So, that's really weird. So the hill climb kit, I thought the stats were worse. I'm wrong. The hill climb kit lowers PI by quite a large amount while upping all the stats, apart from speed. I'll take it. I will take that. The rear bumper apparently makes a huge difference to this car. Not really sure, but you know what? We will have proper rally car in all of this. Oh, we can have double mud flaps as well. Yes, I want double mud flaps. That I want. And we need rally lights, of course. We need all of the rally lights and vents on the roof. Perfect! Look at that. It is a fantastic machine. Still B-class. Now, engine. I will have a look at what the standard engine can do. Some of these lighter cars, you don't need as much power to get them to the top of there. Or to get them up to S1 class to make up the PI. But this, unless the turbo is insane on it, which, you know, turbo is going to be decent, but... it is decent enough to 501 horsepower. It's not going to be enough to get it to within 10 of the top of the class, which is what I would do if I'm keeping the standard engine, which means we are going to have to run with the 1.6 litre i4 turbo rally. It's a different turbo rally to the last one we used, but that's the options on this. I got no other. I was kind of hoping for like a V6 or something to go in here, but that is the options with the normal car. The Forza Edition I think might have different engines, but I'm not sure on that one. Let's go and whack a big turbo on it then, shall we? That seems like a good thing to do. Stick on the displacement, and this is gonna be a little bit of a wonky one, I suspect, to do, isn't it? No, we'll keep cams on. Maybe that it can get to it, so we can get it within 3 PI or 5 PI. Yeah, I guess we'll run that, and then we will take the displacement out. 634 horsepower, 650 torque. So we've got a lot of power. We've got a lot of power. We've got a lot of torque. Not much in terms of weight. Theoretically could be very fast. I think I just did these on instinct. 255s, I presume, all round. Normally, all-wheel drive starting cars will have the same tyre width all the way around, so it is 255s everywhere. 600 near enough 650 horsepower and torque. Do that. That's, yeah, short wheelbase as well. Should be good at changing direction. This could be a monster. Theoretically, should be a monster. But can it beat a Mustang? Here we are on the start line of our beach rally stage. I'm going to get 3 runs through this course to try and go as fast as possible. That time set by the Mustang boss, a 156.7. So far has been a fairly formidable kind of a benchmark. This is the sort of car that could potentially give that Mustang some trouble. There are a few things that do concern me about it. Short wheelbase cars like this, all-wheel drive, kind of mid-engine, we might have some twitchiness going on. Now, it might not be too bad out on the sand, less grip here in general for the twitchiness, almost to get the better of it. It's been less grip overall. If we are a little twitchy, it might not have too much of an effect. The car might not suddenly grip up mid-corner and fling you off the track, but we will have to wait and see on that front. I mean, well, I said the tyres aren't too bad. They're also nowhere near as large as the Mustang, so that might not help it out here on the sand. Whatever tyre physics do in real life doesn't matter when it comes to Forza. Big tyres are king. They always have been in Forza games. They will always continue to be. That's actually quite nice around there. We've taken out quite a few fences along the way with that plough of a front end. That's actually cost us a heap. Well, I say heap. Cost us a bit of time through there as we hit the fence. Now, what is our acceleration like in this? 115 is about the fastest we've seen cars get up to down here. 105, not too shabby though. Over 100, you're doing pretty well. And to have the braking to get the car stopped. Now, out on the beach, what have we got turning? Ooh, we are... Okay, we don't quite have as much grip out there as I would perhaps have liked. We are fairly fast up the hill, although that's a little bit to do with the line we ended up taking as well. Now, to the sandy snake we go. Try and weave the car down this section. Change the direction, not too bad. I've taken out way too many fences on this run. The Peugeot has been very much the demolisher. I'm going to blame the front scoop. Nothing to do with my driving. Absolutely the case here. Big jump from the car. We should settle nicely. I'd hope we would settle nicely. Not as nicely as I would have liked. We're all out of shape. No, it's got a little bit slippery and slidery over the top there. Not a great first run. Okay, wonky in a few places. 2021 is not massively quick around here. We're going to need to find a lot of time. Well, it was far from an impressive first run for the 205, which is a little bit of a shame. We need quite a lot more speed out of the car. Yeah, I screwed up the end. That's fair enough. There's a little bit of time in that, perhaps. We're still a long way off that Mustang. I have a horrible feeling that actual sensible rally cars might... Well, I'll say some of them probably won't. But I fear for this 205, I might struggle. And I don't quite know where we're losing the lap time. I'm going to try and be neat and tidy with the car. We're going to... I say this every time, but it does seem to be where I end up finding some lap speed. Don't throw the car around too much. We'll get away with a little bit of sliding out here on the sand, of course, but we don't want to throw it around too much. We want to focus on actually trying to get the power down. I might have been short-shifting it a little bit more than was necessary in that last run. The Turbo Rally engine does have, as I said before, a slightly... Or this Turbo Rally engine, I don't think the flat 4 is quite as bad, but slightly different sort of power band going on, so we can get away a bit more with short shifting in the cars, fitted with that engine anyway. We're going to clonk our way through the fence there. We'll take out a little bit more of that one up there. Oh, it's not got the turn in actually, which does kind of surprise me a smidge. There we go. We'll run out wide through there. We'll get away with bouncing across those bumps. We didn't actually spend too much time up in the air, which was nice. Let's take that down to second now. Second's a little bit too shorter a gear there. We're going to want to be third. Now, it didn't like this beach corner. It still doesn't really. I don't think this has got as much grip as you'd want from a car. It has actually carried pretty good speed that time, although it wasn't as composed or controlled as I might have liked from the car. It's quick, sure. We got it. We kind of threaded the needle perfectly. Well, I say perfectly. We threaded the needle well through that section, but yeah, there is not the grip in this car that you might want. Certainly not for this sort of a stage. Now, can we get the landing better this time around, please? Still wants to fly very, very arse down. We'll try and settle it. There we go. We are now sorted for that run to the line. It's better. It's still not great, though. What was that? 2-3 seconds? We've gone sub 2 minute, 159.9. Only just gone sub 2 minute. We are going to need a miracle final run, I think. Well, this is it for the 205, the final run through our rally stage. I would like to think I can get the 205 faster. I'm a big fan of these cars, but it's going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. I don't think there is a huge amount of speed left on the table with this car. I could be wrong, been wrong about cars in the past, but yeah, I'm not sure where we're going to be finding that speed. I just don't think there's the grip through the corners in this. I mean, the acceleration is not too bad, but we are potentially struggling a little bit out of some of these corners. Actually, a good start to the run. I'm happy with that one. I actually thrown it a bit too deep through there. Might have got away with it. Quite luckily, under brakes, a little bit of handbrake to help. Now, it's tempting to throw the car through here sideways. I maybe want to do it a little bit, but not too much. Don't want to waste time going sideways that I could be using to be going forward. There we go. Now weave our way onto the back straight, onto the short straight towards our most technical corners. Now, let's try and avoid the barriers if we can. That's nicely done through there. Again, avoid some more. We can get away with clipping that one on the outside. Costs you a tiny bit of momentum, but the amount of time lost from the momentum was less than the amount of time me spending trying to correct that, so better off to do that. Up onto the beach we go. Now, this is the tricky corner, and I think this is probably where it's most telling about the lack of grip the 205 has. I just cannot throw it in with the same sort of speed that some other cars have done. I'm trying to take a slightly sneaky, almost alternate line through there. You take a slightly longer path through the corner, but I'm hoping we get a better run up the hill. It's a bit bounced, wonky to the inside of the corner, but there we go. We have managed it all as we head down the sandy snake towards our final hairpin. There we go. Come on, 205. Put that power down. You've got plenty of it. There is an AI doing silliness there. That will not bother us too much. Clonk down onto the ground. We try and find some acceleration. Take out a bin for the run towards the finish line. It's a little quicker, but not much. Yeah, 159.7 is going to be all that can be managed with the 205. I think it's just lacking. It's lacking that little bit of grip. It's not much. It's not much, but it's just a little bit. And over the course of the run, on a course like that, on a route that is as technical and as demanding on the car as that one, if I can't quite carry the corner speed, it does add up over the course of the lap. An interesting drive, and of course a fantastically mad-looking machine. You can't go wrong with the 205 and its mighty wing. However, sadly for the Peugeot, not amazingly fast. It goes into 10th, which is something. It beats the VW Type 2, it beats the Volvo 242, it beats the MGB. However, we lose out to the Dodge Demon, the Polaris, the Honda S2000, Pagani Zonda, and so on. A little unfortunate for the 205. I did think, looking at the stats, this might be quite the monster around here, and sadly, just didn't quite work out for the car. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you can't have every single vehicle surprise. Well, I'd say that. I guess you'd probably get this surprised me, just in a bad way. But yeah, there we go. That is that. The 205 has a run around the course. That is going to be it for this episode. However, if you do have suggestions for what you'd like to see tackle this course next, then please do leave them in the comment section. The most liked comment, that vehicle will run next time out, provided it is a car that fits within the regulations for the series, and provided it is a car that I have or can obtain. That, though, will be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.